Hello! I'm going to show you how to solve this particular kind of equation. The equation says here that x squared equals 49. So we're trying to think of a number that when we multiply it by itself, we get 49. Can you think of a number? Something squared is 49? Maybe you thought of 7. 7 kind of works. 7 squared does equal 49, but that's only half the story. To find all the solutions, in fact there are 2 solutions, if you see x squared equals something, on the next line we do the opposite of squaring, which is plus or minus the square root. So this says that there are actually 2 solutions here. It's not like most maths problems you do when there's only one answer. So we get rid of the squared here, and on the other side it becomes the opposite of squaring, which is plus or minus the square root. And now we see this bit square root 49, and the square root of 49 is 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. So x equals plus or minus 7. Notice everything else I've copied down. I've copied down the x, copied down the equals, copied down the plus or minus. I've just replaced square root 49 with 7. We'll try another one. This one may be a little bit trickier because there isn't a whole number that you can square to get 11. We can still do the same thing though. X squared equals something. The opposite of squaring is plus or minus the square root. So plus or minus the square root of 11. I did forget to mention over here exactly what plus or minus 7 means. That means that there are 2 solutions to this equation, either x equals 7 or x equals minus 7. And sure enough, so that you believe me on that, minus 7 squared is minus 7 times minus 7, because we're trying to find something that when we square it gives us 49. And sure enough, negative times negative is a positive. 7 times 7 is 49. So that's why there are 2 solutions here, one positive and one negative. It is okay to just leave your answer like this, because this means that there are 2 answers, one positive and one negative. And that's just what we've done here. We can't actually go any further than this. We can't figure out what square root of 11 is without rounding it off as a decimal. So we can just write x equals square root of 11 or x equals negative the square root of 11. And without any more information, we can't find out which one it is. And again, you can just stop at this line here, it's fine. Oh, this one's a little bit different. I'm thinking of a number and I square it and the answer is 0. There's only one number that can make it true. This doesn't have a positive answer and a negative answer. There's only one number that can go here for x, that if I square it, I end up with 0. And that's 0. So this is a nice easy one. I quite like it when it's 0 because there's only one answer. It's just 0. That's it. That's how you do C. Okay, well what about if I'm thinking of a number and that I square it and the answer is negative 5? What was my number? Well, it's impossible. If my number was positive, then when I square it, I'd get positive. And if my number was negative, like here, when I square it, I'd still get positive. So this question in year 9 is impossible. We say this equation has no real solutions. So here are your 3 magic words: no real solutions. I do say real solutions because it does have imaginary solutions. And imaginary numbers, if you study further maths, you can learn all about imaginary numbers and how they're useful. But I won't talk about that just yet. So just to summarize what we've done, if you have an x squared equals k equation, so x squared equals something, if this k, this number, is bigger than 0, if it's positive, then we write x equals plus or minus square root of that thing. Just like here, that's the next line of working. If the number is 0, like here, then we would write x equals 0. And if this number on the right-hand side, the k here, the number on the right-hand side, here it's negative 5, if this thing is negative, then we say there are no real solutions. Hope this has been helpful.